Hi everybody, I'm here today to talk to you about dealing with the expectations of others. Now, I think that all of us at some point in our life have had at least one person, usually a parent, who has expectations of us, but those expectations aren't anything crazy. And they're really coming from a good place because they want us to do well and succeed in life. However, I think that most of us have also had at least one person, if not more, who seem to have unrealistic expectations of us. They expect things of us that seem unattainable, or they're never satisfied when we meet those expectations, or if we fall just short of them. What I'm going to go over today are 6 things that you should keep in mind when it comes to those people with those high expectations, and 4 ways that you can try to help alleviate the stress that comes with those types of people and those expectations. Number 1, decision making. Following the expectations of others really hinders our ability to be truly independent because we limit ourselves to their expectations. When we let go of those expectations, we allow ourselves the opportunity to really flex our decision-making skills. Take me, for example. In my younger years, I spent a good portion of time doing things that I thought would gain me the approval of others. And once I was an adult and really out on my own, making all of my own decisions, I started to realize just how much I sucked at decision-making. I found myself, even with the smallest of things, wondering, what would so-and-so do? Or what would so-and-so think? And it made many things in life much more difficult because I just couldn't make the decision on my own without wondering what others would do or think. Number 2, you can learn from your mistakes. When you let go of the expectations of others and start focusing on what you really want, it allows you to make mistakes from your decisions. And this is a good thing because we learn from our mistakes. If you're starting college for the first time and your decision is to skip 80% of your classes, you're going to learn really quick that skipping your classes that much is not going to lead to an A at the end of the semester. Number 3, stop living in fear. When you spend so much time trying to gain the approval of someone else and meet their expectations, you are living in a near constant state of fear. A fear of failure, a fear of disappointing them, and living in that state can affect your psychological and physical well-being. It can increase your anxiety, affect your appetite, and so on. Number 4, you don't need permission to grow. When you are living by someone else's expectations, it really limits your potential for growth. You need to be able to live by your own expectations, goals, making your own decisions, like I mentioned earlier, because this is how we grow as people. When we live by what someone else is expecting of us, it means that we could be missing out on opportunities in life that could be great for us and our own development and growth. It actually makes me think of a quote from one of my favorite movies, where they say, "I do not regret the things I've done, but those I did not do." In the end, you're the only one that can say what is truly possible for you. So keep an eye out for those people that tell you things like, be realistic, you can't do that, don't you want a real job? That's a waste of time. Number 5, you can enjoy being who you are. When you seek to meet the expectations of someone else, you're striving to become their ideal version of you. But what if their version of you isn't someone that you would be happy with? That's why you need to focus on becoming your ideal version of you. Seek to do the things in life that you want to do. Meet your own goals. If you have aspirations that they don't agree with, then screw them. Do what you want. And then you can enjoy being who you are. Number 6, focus on the people that love you as you are. When you cut the people from your life that have expectations that are just too high, you leave yourself with the people that accept you for who you are. And if you can't cut those people from your life that have those high expectations, like say a family member, then you should still try to surround yourself with people who appreciate you for you and not for who you could be. If you spend more time with these people, it can help you see yourself through their eyes and help you start to realize that you are just fine how you are and you don't need to meet the expectations of those other people. Now, what can you do if you have people in your life whose expectations just seem to be too high? Number 1, cutting people from your life. You're going to go through your contacts and make 2 lists. In the first category are going to be the positives. These are going to be the people that you're close with, like your family, your friends, your significant other, or even acquaintances from work that you get something positive out of that relationship. These are going to be the people that you're happy to hear from or you're happy to hang out with. And in the other category are going to be the toxic people. These are the people that when you see their name pop up on the caller ID, you don't want to answer the phone or you dread answering the phone. They're the people that you don't want to hang out with. You just don't want to deal with them because of the stuff that they put you through. These could be people that are two-faced, they're frenemies. They could be that dick at work that's trying to screw you over constantly and take credit for the work you do. When you go through your contacts and you make these lists, cut out those toxic people. Number 2, focusing on your goals and expectations that you have of yourself. Even without a toxic outside source, we can be really hard on ourselves when we don't meet a goal. So you should try to make your goals more attainable. Break your goal down into littler ones and make those small steps to hit that big picture, hit that big goal that you have. Number 3, celebrate and acknowledge your successes. When you reach a goal, celebrate and acknowledge the fact that a small achievement is still an achievement. If your big goal is to write a novel and you just wrote 1,000 words, go celebrate that. That's still an achievement for you, and it's a step toward that goal. Or if your goal is to run a 5K and you just hit a point where you can run a mile without having to stop and take a breather, celebrate that because you're that much closer to that end goal. And number 4, give yourself a break. Try not to sweat the small stuff so much. If your goal was to finish a novel by the end of May and now it's looking like it's going to be the end of June instead, try to let it go. I know that that's going to be difficult, but focus instead on the progress that you've made and the steps that you're making toward meeting that goal. As long as you're still working at it and you're gaining ground, that's great. That's really all you need to focus on because it's still progress. And what do they say? Progress, not perfection, right? And if you're in school and you're striving for straight A's, but you end up with 1 B+, try to remind yourself that a B+ is not a bad grade. It's certainly not a D, and it's certainly not an F. If you're like me, I know it's still going to be difficult to let a B+ go, but all you can do is try. Focus instead on what you did accomplish. If all your other courses were A's, then great, celebrate that, like I said earlier. And if the course that you got the B+ in is one that you just struggle with in general, then maybe this semester is a way of teaching you how to be better prepared for courses like that in the future, how to study more effectively for it. That's all I have for you today. I hope that it's been helpful for some of you, and if you have anything else that you'd like me to talk about in my next video, please comment below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to follow me on social media. At the moment, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Sadie McEwen. Thanks for watching today, and until next time, click.